Then, in terms of tips, we have another question that says, what are some of the tips that you have when it comes to migrating to Pardot? So I would say that probably the most important tip that I can give you is make sure that you have the right database. So basically, even if you have the best CRM or the most expensive CRM or the most expensive marketing automation platform, all these platforms are basically leveraging the database that you have. So if the data that you have is not right, is not well structured, then you're basically wasting all your money because you won't be able to get the most out of Pardot in this case. So my first tip would be to make sure that you have a clean database where you can easily identify which are your prospects, what are the different fields of information that you have for each of those prospects, and so on. Then another thing that I recommend is that before implementing Pardot, you definitely need to have a good understanding of what are the internal processes that you have. And then one of the things that we normally do with our clients is try to standardize those internal processes. Just because when it comes to implementing a platform like Pardot, that also, it doesn't only involve implementing a new platform, but it also involves implementing new processes on your company. So on Pardot, for example, you can define which people will be allowed to send emails, which people will be allowed to see which contacts. So you can define different levels of permissions for that, for each user. And then another thing that is really important is that you standardize the sales process. So another thing that we normally do with our clients is, first of all, standardize the sales process just so that everyone on the sales team knows exactly what are the actions that they need to complete. So for example, one of the things that we've done is that for a client is that as soon as a prospect comes in, then each of the sales reps has 24 hours to contact them. And on that first touch point that they have with a prospect, they actually need to get a certain number of fields of information that will be automatically saved on Pardot or on the CRM. And then we will be later leveraging those fields for having better and more specific email marketing campaigns. So after we standardize the sales process, then it makes it a lot easier for the marketing team to understand where we can actually help throughout the sales process, or what are the different marketing automation programs that we need to create, and so on.